and welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to jump on real quick and have a little chat about my perspective on what karma is and how it's affected me in my life and how we can apologies, my cat is just like running amok in the background. But yeah, I personally have had to deal with a lot of karma in my lifetime, you know, most of which is from like past lives. I'd just like to share my experience, ways that I've navigated it, so that I can actually clear it and create more good karma for myself and yeah, clear all that negative karma, especially the stuff from the past lives. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I was born into a very chaotic family situation. Oh, hello Phoenix. Hello. Come to join us. But as I've like gone deeper on my spiritual journey and awakening, I've come to discover that it's all just karma from my past lives. And yeah, like I first became aware of like the concept of how karma actually works around the age of like 18, and I'm 25 now. And I kind of consciously made a decision at that age that I, wanted to clear my karma, and that was like an intention I had for this lifetime, was I wanted to really figure out how to clear my karma. Yeah, it was around that age that I started like noticing the effects of karma in my own life and seeing the reflections and like my experiences and things like that. But yeah, so I'm here to pass on what I've learned, and hopefully it might be helpful for some of you. I first started noticing it just like with little things, just like small things where, say, I was a bit of a rascal. Yeah, I went through a bit of a phase from the age of like 17 to like 20 where I was doing a lot of shoplifting and stealing, things like that. It was fun, but I definitely noticed at a certain point that I was like receiving karma for it. But I just remember like this one time I stole from a small business. It was like a little crystal, like metaphysical, and I think I stole like some crystals and some tarot cards or something like that. And I instantly felt like guilty for it, and within the next few days, like all these things just like went really wrong, and it just felt like a stroke of really bad luck. And that was, I think, the first time I really became aware of it, and I was like, whoa, actually, I think that may have had something to do with the fact that I stole from a small business, which is a big no-no. Like, we don't do that. That's not nice. Like, I mean, I've learned now that I think stealing in general, I do feel that it's like sending a signal of like lack. But there are also times in my life where when I haven't been doing so well financially, and it's like I do deserve to eat good food. And so I'm not going to say I'm perfect, but I have been like, I'm going on a rant now. This is not what we're talking about. Anyway, so that was like the first time that I realized, and I was, I think around 17 or 18, and I've always noticed it after that. Like from that point forward, I can't not see it. Like when situations are reflected back at me, or things are like going badly, especially in like interpersonal relationships. I've always since that point been able to see how I'm like constantly being reflected, like different versions of myself. Sometimes it's like future versions of like, you know, reflecting the potential of who I can become, like for all of us. Like, you know, usually the reflections that we see in the people that come into our lives, or the people that we look up to, or the people that do us wrong and things like that, they're all reflecting a certain aspect of us. And yeah, sometimes it's like they can be reflecting the future potential that we have in life, and those are usually the people we look up to. But then we can also be reflected like kind of representations of past versions of ourselves, or maybe not even past versions, like maybe like shadow aspects of ourselves. And yeah, I've always seen how, yeah, like certain situations are very karmic situations, and I'm kind of having to face myself, like, and how maybe I acted in the past and was unaware of how my actions were actually affecting other people. And then to have it reflected back and be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is not how I want to be in the world. So yeah, it's super interesting. And it's like, actually it's pretty cool, I think, how life really does work that way, you know. And like, we are all connected on such a deep level, and it's like, even if someone is like being super negative, like for example, when I'm out on public transport, and you know, I do find a lot of men who are very in like toxic masculine kind of state of being, like even that's a reflection, like even that is a reflection of the part in myself that hasn't healed my own, you know, I guess toxic masculinity. Or like, you know, I've still got some sort of energy in me that is allowing that reflection to still be there. So it's like a lot easier to give situations and people love and compassion when you're able to understand that they are actually reflecting something within you, and also having the perspective of seeing how situations are karmic. By just having that awareness alone is all that's necessary to start clearing karma. Like, becoming aware of it is the first step to clearing it. The fact that, you know, you can be aware of it is an incredible and powerful thing. And then the second step is to treat the situation differently and put yourself in the position of the other person, because technically, like in these situations, usually when you think about it, you have been in that person's position before. You know, it's like the roles have switched, tables have turned, and the way that we can clear karma is by not repeating the same pattern and doing our absolute best to treat the situation how we would have liked it to be treated. You know, it's like we're looking at ourselves, we're looking at the other person as if they were us, because they are, and treating them as if they were that part of ourselves. And it can be very challenging. Like, there's been many times where I've been faced with this situation, and like also a lot of the times these reflections, these karmic reflections, can be very exaggerated. So, you know, someone's behavior could be like, you know, way over the top to what you ever did or how you ever acted. Sometimes the universe amplifies it, like kind of shoves it in your face, and it's like, look at this, like this is a part of you, this is who you may have been. Sometimes it's like, whoa, okay, I would never do that, I would never act that way. But if you really look at the behavior, it's like, no, maybe I've been a bit more passive, or maybe like a lesser expression, but that's still what's happening. The universe is still like trying to get you to be like, there's something that you need to look at here. And back to what I was saying, it's like I've had some pretty intense reflections. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's been quite like incredibly challenging in those situations sometimes to treat the other person as if they were yourself and like have compassion. It can be really, really hard to see that other person as yourself and bring yourself back to love and compassion, but that is what is necessary to break the cycles, to clear the karma, to close off those patterns of, because they're karmic cycles. And if you don't treat the situation differently and don't heal that pattern, it will just keep repeating itself, like, you know, and it just becomes this perpetual cycle. But we have the power, if we have that awareness, to respond differently and treat the situation the best that we possibly can. And that's, you know, we can only do our best. Like if we make a mistake and we react, that's okay. But, you know, like if we do make a mistake and we don't fully clear the cycle like in one go, that's okay, because sometimes we do need to repeat the same lesson a few times. And I do find that it's like with each situation, like the more awareness that we have, like each situation will become less volatile and less in your face, like less exaggerated, like maybe a lot more subtle. But yeah, sometimes they do need to repeat themselves, but usually it does come back around through someone who it's like the situation has been diluted, and it's just like giving you that opportunity and that chance to really like implement. And you know, if you did slip up the last time, it gives you that opportunity to step up and yeah, like really close out that pattern and that cycle. And it's powerful stuff. It is so powerful once we have this awareness and we can start implementing it. Like it is so powerful. When we break those patterns and we begin to attract more authentic connections to what we actually want, because we've allowed these experiences to be mirrors and to be our teachers rather than being victims, and then we get to break free of attracting those same situations and same relationships. And it doesn't always have to do with personal relationships as well. Like, I mean, everything in life is relationship. We are in relationship with everything, like whether it's with a relationship with a person, or it's our relationship to the weather, or relationship to our commute to work every day, our relationship to the food that we eat. Like, everything is a relationship, and we always have the opportunity to do things differently and break those cycles and attract better patterns and create better patterns, which all in all just creates a better life. And clearing karma is so powerful because it's not only just for this life. Like, you're clearing karma for your soul, which is going to go on into the next life and the next life. So if you're someone who also has a lot of karma in this lifetime, that's a good thing. It means that your soul has chosen to face a lot of karma in this lifetime so that you can clear it, you know, if you choose to. Like, we always have the choice. Like, it's not just going to automatically happen. Like, we have to make that conscious decision and have that awareness to clear it. But, you know, our soul has chosen that, like, for this lifetime. It's like, yes, like, we have the power to clear this karma if we want to, and evolve our souls so that we can be free of all of that on into the next lives and so on. So yeah, it's a really, really powerful practice and awareness to have, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably already quite aware of this concept, and if you aren't, and this is your first time ever hearing about it, you will like start to notice after watching this video, like just little like situations in your life. And when that does happen, it will be like such an exciting moment, such an exciting and powerful moment And yeah, like, congratulations for choosing to activate this part of yourself, because it's a very, very powerful thing to choose to do. I just want to say thank you all so much for being here on this earth. We are creating a better world, and even just like little moments like this where we take to look at ourselves and focus on our lives and gain like a higher awareness, like these tiny little moments are so powerful and so impactful, and they gain momentum, and they create like such a big impact in our lives and in everyone else's lives around us. So yeah, thank you for being on the journey. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for showing up as your beautiful self every single day. I'm so grateful to be here. We're doing so well, and it's such an exciting time. And I love you all so much.